Hello, YouTube viewers. This is Sensitive and Michael bring you a new podcast on our new segment called the Cinnamon Crystal Review. Like always, I'm going to speak very loudly, very clearly, and very slowly in case you don't understand it. Now, like always, this podcast is brought to you by Screw You Productions. Now, let's get into it. Let's get into this podcast. Episode 9, Princess Serenity. Now, the episode starts where it left off. Tuxedo Man, died in front of Sailor Moon, taking a powerful attack from Kunite. Anyway, Tuxedo Man fell to the ground on the Tokyo Tower. Tuxedo Man had a dream about Sailor Moon while he was passed out. In this dream, he was dreaming about the Moon Princess, named Princess Serenity. And about the Princess Serenity, and finally he saw Princess Serenity's face, and turned out it was Sailor Moon. Sailor Moon. He said Sailor Moon. He said, well, why he was doing about that. While he was thinking about that, he was dreaming about that when he finally opened his eyes again and he called Sailor Moon Princess Serenity, and he passed out. Well, in my case, he was dead. That attack from Kunite was very powerful. So he sort of died at that moment in Sailor Moon's arms. At that moment, Sailor Moon started to scream very loudly and started to glow very brightly. Her tiara broke off her forehead and revealed the moon crest mark that Sailor B had on her forehead. It moved from Sailor B's forehead to Sailor Moon's head, and Sailor B or Sailor Venus, where mark appeared, and she had and her tiara appeared as well on her forehead as well. Once the crescent moon mark appeared on the Sailor Moon's forehead, she started to transform into Princess Serenity. Into Princess Serenity. Now, there was a brief flashback that shows you what really happened. That Tuxedo Man, aka Darian, was a prince from Earth, and Serena was a prince of Earth. That was trying to build a alliance with the Moon Kingdom. Now, in that flashback that she went in, that Sailor Moon had while she was in Princess Serenity form. Anyway, after the flashlight, Cream Bell saw when you. I'm getting a little ahead of myself. Anyway, after the brief flashlight that Sailor Moon had, Sailor Moon started to cry tears over Darian. Now, one of her tears turned into the silver crystal. Now, she used the silver crystal power to save Tuxedo to bring back Tuxedo's mask back to life. But she transferred all the power of the silver crystal into Tuxedo's mask body, trying to do so. So Queen Belle shows up and tells Kunite, let's take her now. Now, the scouts tried to stop Queen Belle and Kunite to take in the silver crystal, but instead they kidnapped Tuxedo Mask instead, because the reason why, because Sailor Moon transferred all the silver crystals power into Tuxedo Mask's body. Anyway, so Kunite and Queen Belle got away with Tuxedo Mask. Meanwhile, back at Luna's secret computer base shelter. Sailor Venus explained that she was lying. Sailor Venus and others was explaining why they lied about her, that Sailor Venus was Queen Serenity, was Princess Serenity. She said that she wanted to detect the identity of the real princess in case the negativers go after Sailor Moon, so that's why she lied about being Princess Serenity and etc. So Serena was having a very tough. Serena, aka Sailor Moon, was having a very tough time. What just happened, Tuxedo Mask being kidnapped and such, and go into more details about the Moon Kingdom. Turns out that Queen Belle has fought a coup against the people, against the royal family at the Moon Kingdom. Used the Earthling to basically started a coup against the Moon Kingdom and such. So basically, you really have to watch that episode to really get what I'm saying. Anyway, after remembering so much, after all the flashbacks that Serena had, she passed out in Luna's secret computer shelter. Anyway, back at the secret base of the Negaverse, Queen Belle was having a hard time trying to extract the power of the silver crystal from the Tuxedo Mask's body. So she made it clear to Kunite that until we find a way to extract the power of the silver crystal from Tuxedo Mask, we must try to keep him alive until then. So anyway, Queen Belle left Kunite to guard Tuxedo Mask and make sure he's still alive. That's when Nephinite Zoisite and Jedi shows up and started to have a flashback about. Actually, Kunite started to have a flashback about who Darren was back in the Moon Kingdom, and he quickly forgot about that flashback. Anyway, we cut to Serena Serena was having, Serena woke up in her room, woke up in her room, and remember what happened to Tuxedo last night, well, very heartbroken and such. So basically, she was still in her room that whole day. Anyway, so back at Luna's secret computer room shelter, Luna was very beaten up by herself. Like, she should have known that Serena she should have known that Serena was that she was Princess Selena too. So basically, she was beating herself up. She should have known that Serena was Princess Serenity, blah blah blah. So the guy showed up to Luna's secret computer room shelter with Artemis. Artemis told that that Serena hadn't left her room for a while, blah blah blah, over what happened. So they said, like, we need to cheer up, Luna. So we need you to help us cheer Serena up. So Luna sucked it up and went with the scouts to cheer up Serena. When they got to Serena's house, like, Serena's mom tells her that she's been very moody lately. She won't leave her room. So anyway, so the scouts and Luna and Arnett went to go to cheer Serena up. So they went in her room. Tells her, when they got to Serena's room, her hair was very go overnight, very long. So the scouts gave her a haircut, and helped her turn her hair back into her normal hairstyle. Anyway, so Serena was still tripping over how Tuxedo Mask was taken by the Megaverse, about this whole princess thing, and the scouts was like she doesn't want to be a princess, all that, but the scouts had some very used her, you're very and the way cheering her up with some very good speeches. So Serena was finally cheered up and say you guys are right. I am Princess Serena. I promise that we will defeat the Megaverse, save Tuxedo Mask, and return the power of the silver crystal into crystal. Anyway, why she was saying that the silver crystal was sitting on Serena's night dresser, and so brought the power. So basically, the crystal is basically useless while it's power. So Luna said it might be a way. We can restore the power of the silver crystal, and find out where the Megaverse is, and find out where Queen Bella and the Megaverse is. She said we have to go to the Moon Kingdom. We have to go to the Moon Kingdom, and to figure out how to restore the power of the silver crystal, and find out where Queen Belle is holding Tuxedo Mask. So basically, that's how the whole episode ends. Now, before I end the next episode, this is say when the next episode Sailor Moon creatures going to air, but the next episode is called episode 10, Moon. So basically, I will let you know in one of my next podcasts about when this episode is going to air. So like always, if you like this video, please leave a comment on my YouTube channel. If you don't like this video, well, I can't bring it. If you hate this video or have some bad things to say about this video, well, you could go screw yourself like I did with like that video comment. Well, you can go screw yourself. So this is Sensitive Michael signing off. 1,